Sup? Sup? Dude. Markets are looking juicy. So juicy that the juice is leaking everywhere. Bitcoin is up. ETH is up. Everything is up. We'll get to that in the market section. But first, welcome to Sin City Crypto. We are coming at you live from our studio here in Sin City, Nevada. I'm one of your co-hosts, David. Welcome to the show. We're excited to have you. Huge news coming out of the executive order just announced by U.S. President Joe Biden. We'll get into all of that, along with entry points, exit points, market analysis, hot take, talking points. Robin, speaking of Robin, I'm all over the place. Give me the camera back. There's so much shit happening today. I'm like, my brain's here, my brain's there. Before we get into content, real quick disclaimer, my friends, we are not financial advisors. Please do your own research. With that being said, let me introduce you to my co-host, Big Rob. What's up?
Hola, it's your boy, Big Rob, back in the house. Welcome to Sin City Crypto. If it's your first time checking us out, we're an entertainment-focused cryptocurrency channel. We take the old, the boring, the stale information and package it up in a fun and sexy way. Also, if you haven't liked the video yet, take a second. We're going to give you a minute. Everybody?
You're not going to say it? You're not going to say what the hell wrong with you?
I'm giving everybody a chance. If you haven't liked the video yet, go ahead and like the video. We're going to go ahead and give you 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. And if you haven't subscribed yet, that's weird. And if you haven't hit the notification bell, go ahead and knock that thing out of the way. And also, a quick shout out to DFib. My boy in the
serious, bro. Get the hell out of here.
My boy in the chat. Now here at Sin City Crypto, we don't just do live streams. We also do the deep dives.
Your head's all over the place too, huh?
And this is the live stream. Check out the deep dives. Anyways, man, yeah. Well, your head is all over the place all the time anyway, so it's not like today's any different. But yeah, so gigantic news as we mentioned. I haven't seen as much reaction on the YouTube metaverse or YouTube space. Nobody's talking about this executive order in the magnitude of this should be. Basically, you have the United States extremely bullish on cryptocurrency. They are not issuing an executive order that says, hey, we need to tax and regulate and we need to, get this thing under wraps. Literally came out.
What everyone was afraid of.
Which everyone thought was going to be. I thought it was going to be more of a guided regulation. It was going to be more of a, like, hey, we need to get KYC. We need to collect taxes, and you stop threatening the banks. Basically, is what we've been used to. Yeah. And so we thought that was going to be a continuation of that. However, the executive order has been a statement from the U.S. government saying that, hey, this is a badass technology, and we want to get behind it, and we want to be at the forefront. And we want to innovate, and we want to push this sector to where it needs to be. And I got goosebumps right now just freaking thinking about it, dude. And so you have the world's strongest economy going all in on crypto. So, I mean, what else you need, Bravey? Well, anyways, we're going to get into that. Quick shout out to the chat, though. We had HP. HP was the first one in the chat today. So hats off to HP.
What's up, HP?
Don't look at my hair. But hats off to HP. You won nothing for getting here besides praise and thank yous.
Bragging rights.
And bragging rights. Yeah, that's right. So congratulations to HP. He's the winner today. And Russell, welcome. Olga, back in the chat. Chef Murder, Nick. We also got DFib in here. So, my boy. You my boy, DFib.
We get it. He's your boy.
So... yeah, and anyways, so we didn't open
Stereo too. We got Stereo 2 in the house.
And Stereo 2 in the house.
On the ones and two.
Physically in the house as well. So we got Stereo 2. So Stereo, no typing in the chat. Focus on the production, okay?
Yeah, because my Stream Deck isn't working on my phone, so I'm not able to help with the flipping.
So anyways, we're at nine viewers currently in the casa. And if we get to 21, we're giving out some cash.
Where's Andrew? Andrew, we're trying to give you money. Where you at, bro?
Yeah, Andrew won $25, and he never sent us his Bitcoin.
Look, we're gonna give him till Friday. If he doesn't claim it by Friday,
you know what? No, we're not gonna put rules on him, man. Andrew, okay. All right. We're just gonna keep bugging. We're gonna keep bugging you till you send us your address so we can give you money. Okay?
Is Malik in here? Malik, if you're in here, say hello. This dude is running away with blockchain parlay. He had Waves and Terra Luna. And they're both just.
You can't say that because then nobody's gonna.
Everyone knows.
Nobody's gonna tune in on Friday.
No, he's in the lead. It doesn't mean he's gonna win. There's still 2 more days to go. He's just in the lead.
Okay.
He's in the lead. So Malik, you're in the lead. Hopefully you can hold on to that lead. We'll see what happens. We also have a badass scoreboard that HP helped us with, made for us. So we're gonna start showcasing that on Fridays. We're gonna go over the winners. We're gonna keep a tally, and maybe, just maybe, once we get to 50 blockchain parlays, we'll give out a grand prize to the overall winner. What do you think, Robin?
50 blockchain parlays?
Once we get to, or 25. Once we get to 25 blockchain parlays, we've done 25.
I love how David comes up with things on the fly.
Spontaneous.
And I'm like, what?
We'll discuss the intricacies of that. I'm just saying, once we get to a milestone number, we'll see who the leader is on the scoreboard. And then we'll give out a grand prize. Maybe like
we'll talk
about
Olga says, is it just me or is the audio funky? So
probably just you.
I think we have the audio dialed in. If you notice something weird, kind of describe it in the chat. We'll address it later. We did have our audio go down yesterday.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Just the pains, the growing pains of having a new YouTube channel and tons of equipment that all interconnected. Anyways,
we fixed it. Hopefully, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. So,
but thanks for having our backs yesterday. Everyone's like, audio's down, audio's down. I was like, oh shit. At least it was towards the end of the show, though.
Yeah.
Which was good. So, all right, let's take a dive.
$42,000 Bitcoin.
Let's take a dive into the markets. Go ahead and pull up my laptop, please. So I have CoinMarketCap pulled. We are up 5.3% on the day overall. The crypto market cap is sitting just north of $1.84 trillion. Bitcoin dominance is continuing to rise, 43.4%. ETH dominance is slipping under 18% once again. Robin mentioned Bitcoin 42,000. I mean, let me just show you this Bitcoin candle here. Look at that candle. Look how ginormous that. Not as big as the one we had on the 28th of February, but still pretty freaking big. Not a lot of volume behind the move either. So this is extremely bullish. This is great.
There was a lot of people preparing for negative price action. And when the executive order came out and...
Well, it was leaked yesterday. And then it was officially announced today. What's up, 25?
25 back in the house. What's up, bro?
And then someone else came in here. It was Hendy. What's up, Hendy?
Hendy, how you doing? Welcome back. But yeah, so I think what I think happened was we're seeing the volume dwindle down. We're seeing the interest from the retail investor that isn't traditionally in crypto exiting the market. And, you also have the correlation to the stock market, which has been on a downward trajectory. And so I think people were expecting the markets to go down. So they're positioning themselves in that manner. And then lo and behold comes out the executive order, extremely bullish for the United States and its adoption of cryptocurrency. This literally what it is. It's the affirmation of the adoption of cryptocurrency by the United States government. Now that doesn't mean legal tender and all this other stuff, but it's just a recognition. Anyways, they recognize that crypto's here. Okay?
It's a reconsolidation of the recognition. Bitcoin.
Yeah. So.
Hey, I keep saying this, but we need to literally come up with like a graphic where we can just add a word on the fly when Robin comes up with a new word. Can we make that happen by Monday?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Okay. All right.
Sure.
But hey, there's some good ones you come up with, bro. There's some really good ones.
That's right.
Some not so good, some pretty good. So
If your boy gets pigeonholed and he has no recourse.
speaking of pigeons, Mike Tyson's real big on pigeons. Anyways, let's get
He
back.
lives in Vegas. I reached out to him to try to get him on the show.
One of my friends
No
said.
reply.
One of my friends
No
said,
reply.
"You want to get his attention? Send him a pigeon. He loves pigeons. Apparently.
What if we, instead of DMing him, what if we send him a
Pigeon with the little
what if we send him the carrier pigeon?
Hey,
he'd be like, "Come to Sin City Crypto."
He's a pigeon. He loves pigeons.
He like walks outside. He's like,
Dude, there's videos of him. There's videos of him hanging out in his backyard with just a flock of pigeons everywhere. So it's kind of weird, but whatever.
My next door neighbor has he breeds racing pigeons.
What?
Yeah, so
Racing pigeons.
And the average price, the market value for a racing pigeon is up in the tens of thousands of dollars. Did you know that?
No.
Anyways, they're pretty cool. They're all white. They got like red eyes. They kind of look. They're pretty majestic, man. I'm telling you. They fly around my backyard because he opens up the pigeon coop and they just fly everywhere.
Yeah.
And
pigeon shit everywhere.
their landing trajectory goes over my backyard, so I see these pigeons like just like fucking landing in there all day.
So Nick said the Rob Dictionary.
Rob Dictionary. I like that.
I'm digging it. I dig it. I like it.
Yeah.
All right, let's get back to looking at what the markets are doing here. So again, Bitcoin up 8%, sitting at 42,000. You have ETH struggling to cross over 2,800 again. So 2,800 is proven to be a very, very strong resistance for Ethereum. Binance Coin right under $400, sitting at 394. Then you have Terra Luna has been on an absolute tear. It did reach $103, which, if I'm not mistaken, is an all-time high. So Terra Luna have been smashing, up 15% just today. XRP kind of staying stagnant right there around the 75-cent mark. Then you have rounding out the top 10, Cardano overtaking Solana. Solana keeps slipping down the rankings, sitting at number 9 with a $28.16 billion market cap. Cardano, 85 cents, up 4.3%. A lot of whales are making moves in the Cardano space. I read an article about this. We're not going to talk about it, but 4% increase in whale activity, which whale activity constitutes any transactions over $100,000.
Speaking of Cardano and whales, I saw somebody's TA breakdown of tokenomics on Cardano more recently. They were discussing the fact that I think it's like 80% of the supply of ADA's supply is in whale wallets.
Oh.
So in comparison, or no, he had the exodus, the opposite. You had the exodus of whale wallets. So so basically what he was saying is that institutions aren't so bullish on Cardano, and that the retail investors are the ones supporting the project. And his thing was his analysis of that was that the smart money is usually where you want to go. You want to go where the institutions are going, and the smart money is the whales and whatever. And so he was kind of bashing Cardano, and that was his analytics.
Shocker.
So, it's just like it's. Here's the thing. With Cardano, it's either one side or the other. It's extremely polarizing. I kind of say, I think I lean on both camps. You know what I mean? I don't think Cardano's that great of an investment in the short term. Like, if you're looking to turn a profit in the next 16 months, I probably wouldn't invest in Cardano, honestly. I think it's a great long-term project. I think you got way more upside with Ethereum in the 16-month window. The same thing could be said with Avalanche and other projects. Now, I think moving forward into the next bull market, I think Cardano is one of the best projects. I mean, if you're looking out to 2024 and you're trying to position yourself for the next bull run, I think that's one of the leading candidates. But it's either all or nothing for Cardano.
You feel the same about Polkadot?
I do, just to a lesser extent.
Yeah.
So It's to be seen. I don't know.
We'll see. We'll see. We pulled up a graphic or chart yesterday about the major upcoming events in crypto, and Polka Starter and Polkadot were on there. So big things happening in that universe, the Polkaverse.
Question: how much money are we giving out if we open up the club today? Because I know yesterday was $50. I said I was going to send 25.
Yesterday was 25.
I said I was going to send out 25. You said you would match it.
Oh, that's right.
Are we still matching it?
Nah, let's do 25 today.
Damn, that's cold.
All right, let's do 50. All right, 50.
All right.
$50. We open up the club. We give away $50 in Bitcoin.
You know, I don't know. We're off to a slow start today.
We love giving money away. That's what we do here. Crypto. All right. So, Robin.
What's up?
You got to pick one coin in the top 10. You got to hold it for 3 months.
3 months?
You take it. And you got to sell it no matter what. After 3 months, 3 months from today, you got to sell it. What coin are you taking?
Oh, I'm going to take XRP. Because
in 3 months?
In 3 months, that's supposedly per the Ripple Labs lawyer basically was saying that they're expecting the court case to settle at the end of August, I think it was. July, August, something like that.
Yeah.
So it'll line up right there. So if I was a 3 month hold.
3 months would be at June. So you're looking at liquidating
June.
Yeah,
Okay,
you're liquidating on June
early.
9th. You're liquidating June 9th.
No,
Whether you're at a loss or a
we're in March. April, May. Oh, yeah.
April, May, June.
You're right.
You know what I'm taking?
What's up?
I'm taking Avalanche.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's going to get back up to that 110. I would take Luna. I mean, it's been on a tear. So nothing goes up forever. It's going to see a pullback. I think Avalanche hasn't had its big breakout like Terra. I mean, 2 weeks ago, Terra Luna was sitting at $50, and now it's over doubled. So can I see it doubling again in the next 3 months? I don't think so. But can I see Avalanche doubling from 75 to 150? Absolutely. So I would take Avalanche. Stereo 2, what would you take in the top 10? You got to hold it till June. XRP?
Are you muted? The one that says producer. There you go. There it is.
No, I'm back.
XRP.
There we
It
go.
says XRP.
XRP is what I was looking for too. I agree with David. Yeah.
Okay. So Robin, you still staying on XRP or you're changing it?
You know, I still like it. I still would probably take XRP. Even though the timeline shows August, who knows? You have a bullish. You have the government bullish on crypto.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll try to sweep this under the rug and get it.
Maybe
over.
they'll say, "Hey, we're trying to move forward. Let's go ahead and just settle this. Let's drop the lawsuit." Let us know what you guys think. In the top 10, you got to hold it until June 9th, and you got to liquidate whether you're at a loss or a profit. What are you taking? So far, I've got Avalanche, ETH. So I don't think there's a wrong answer, but you never know. We'll see. All right. That'll do it for our overview of the market. And we'll get more into the in-depth analytics, charts, technical analysis. We'll be using the Crypto Stackers Pro to show you some entry and exit points. Also, before we get to that section, throw out any projects you want us to look at, preferably in the top 100 since we are using Crypto Stackers. We'd love to look at it for you, find some entry points, some entry and exit points for you guys. So with that being said, let's move on to our very first segment, the Mucho Fuego, the hot take.
It's hot.
Ooh, that's hot, baby.
So our hot take for today, this new executive order, will it bring about a bull market or will we continue to stay in a bear market? Robin, I will allow you to commence on our hot take.
Well, the executive order is for a wider regulation, adoption, and basically guiding the different financial branches of the United States to adopt cryptocurrency, or at least put a framework for investors to adopt it. And so this crap takes time.
Yeah.
And so right now, the article is pumped the market single-handedly. And there is a lot of buzz. But as I said earlier, I don't think the retail investor's here. I don't think that the money is pouring in the same way it was in 2021, early 2021.
Why do you think that is? Because of the
Well,
uncertainty that's
you had a
going on
lot
in the
of
world?
people sitting at home on their computer, not working,
Getting free money.
getting free money.
Well, here in the U.S. at least.
Yeah, here in the U.S. And it was around the world. Everybody was on lockdown. Everyone was on a permanent lockdown, first of all. And then when you came back to work, it was all these restrictions. Half the people went back to work. The other half didn't. Some people were collecting unemployment. Anyways, what ended up happening was that people had nothing to do besides sit on the internet and watch TV, right?
Yeah.
For the most part. I mean, you couldn't
My wife and I played a lot of Call of Duty.
Yeah, you couldn't go to the movies. You couldn't, you couldn't go to the park without a mask on.
It's like you have all this extra money, you have all this extra time, but you can't go anywhere and spend it. So what do? Spend it on crypto.
So, anyways, it opens
Makes
your eyes to things that you might normally not look into, and so that's why you had people launching YouTube channels like ourselves. You had other people like, hey, I want to get into real estate. And how many people did you know that all of a sudden became real estate agents? So like
700,000.
It opened up your mind into doing something different. And doing something different also involves your financial situation. So you're reassessing where you're allocating your retirement fund, your savings account, maybe some dispensable income, and not to mention, government's just throwing some cash at you. So I think that's why we had the big pump. And so that's kind of dwindled away. People are back to work. People are trying to get caught up on their credit card bills. And I just, the hype is gone, man. I'm telling you, people aren't walking around screaming SHIB and Doge and Safe Moon and
Stereo 2's got a
Cardano.
SHIB hat on. Does that not count?
Yeah, he does have a SHIB hat on. Yeah. Show him the SHIB hat. No, you got your own camera right there, bro. Look, there's a producer cam.
Bam.
All right there. There it is. Hey.
SHIB, yeah.
Producer doesn't even know how to put the camera on himself.
You're so
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, it's his second day. Leave him
It's the
alone.
second day. That's
What the hell is wrong? What the hell wrong with you? Hey, you can talk crap when you when we don't have audio failures. Okay?
That's what I do here, man. I tighten up the wrench. I put pressure on people, bro. Just like your ass.
Yeah. Hilarious.
All
right. So are you saying this is not a catalyst for a bull market and we're going to stay in the bear market? Is that what you're saying?
I think this is a short-term pump.
Okay.
So I think as of right now, you're getting a short-term pump. It's pretty big news, so I think it could be relevant for the next, say, 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
Okay.
But I think I wouldn't be surprised to see a $45,000 Bitcoin by the end of the week. I wouldn't have said that if you would have asked me Monday. But I think
we're seeing a lot of resistance at 42, though.
So I think it's such positive news, such bullish news that, hey, that's fucking amazing. And so anyways, I think we're going to get in the short intermediary term, we're going to get a big pump, 45,000. And I think it's going to slowly dwindle down. I could see as high as 52,000. I think I told you that yesterday.
I don't think so.
I don't think that's going to happen, but it's possible.
Possible, yeah.
Could get a run up.
I can make a case for either side. Honestly,
stock market's kind of bouncing back. The price of oil is down. Oil is down. So it's
gold is down.
Gold is down.
We'll talk about that.
So everything's indicating price movement up at this moment. We got a good narrative. The U.S. whatever. So yeah, I could see it. But then I think it's going to taper off. I still think by summer we're going to be back at 30,000. That's my prognosis.
We're going to go under 30,000. So I can make a case for either side, right? I can say this is a catalyst for a bull market. Institutions will see this as a positive. They'll start to pull the trigger. I know, I agree with Robin. Executive order, it's not like, okay, everything's good to go now. No, it takes time. It's essentially directing these specific parts of the government, the SEC, the CFTC, the Treasury Department to work together to make cryptocurrency a staple in the U.S. economy. So it's going to take time. But I can also say that, I mean, even me yesterday, when I saw the news and I'm looking at Bitcoin, you know how hard it was to not FOMO in? So I was able to not do it. But imagine other people who see this news. You start seeing institutions popping up now. We're going to invest in Bitcoin. We're going to allocate some of our investments in cryptocurrency. And they can start FOMOing in, and then that will eventually snowball, and then here we have a bull market. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think, with everything going on overseas and just in the global climate in general, I think more people are focused on that versus investments in cryptocurrency. If anything, people are still scared. People are still skittish, even though the markets are pumping today. On a macro level, I still think I definitely think we're in a bear market. And I think we're going to continue to be in a bear market. I don't think we're going to get to 45. I think 42 was our top for this little mini run we have here. But I could be wrong. But if we go down, we're going to go down to like 36.5, 37,000. So I think we're going to keep laddering down until we get to that $24,000, $25,000 range. And then I think we'll see a big bull run. So that's just my personal opinion. Obviously, you can look at technicals, you can look at charts, you can look at sentiment. Nothing's guaranteed. Anything can happen.
What's up, Malik? How you doing? Welcome
Malik,
back.
what's going on, bro? So those are my thoughts. All right? We're done with the hot take.
That's it.
Let's get into our next segment, the chitter-chatter, the talking points. So obviously, we're going to start this segment off with executive order. Let's go ahead and pull up the laptop. So we actually have the statement from the actual White House website, whitehouse.gov. It's a fact sheet. President Biden to sign executive order on ensuring responsible development of digital assets. Digital assets, including cryptocurrencies, have seen explosive growth in recent years, surpassing a $3 trillion market cap last November and up from $14 billion just 5 years ago. 14 billion to 3 trillion in 5 years.
Legitimately, the
Show me another asset class that has grown this much in 5 years.
that's like what all the crypto and analysts are saying. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's something that we say all the time. Like, look where the price of Bitcoin was in 2016. Look where the price of Bitcoin was in 2012. Like that's what we always say, right?
Yeah.
Literally the opening statement from the White House. The White House is like, yo, y'all seeing this? Because we seeing this. Like, you can't ignore it.
You can't. You literally can't ignore it. 14 billion, sure. 100 billion, sure. 500 billion, sure. 1 trillion, sure. But $3 trillion, you'd be stupid if you overlook that. Anyways.
Sweet potato in the house.
What's up, sweet potatoes? Patatas.
Potato, not potatoes.
Okay. Says Hoskins over here. Surveys suggest that around 16% of adult Americans, which is approximately 40 million people, have invested in, traded, or used cryptocurrencies. Over 100 countries are exploring or piloting central bank digital currencies, also known as CBDCs, which are a digital form of a country's sovereign currency. The rise in digital assets creates an opportunity to reinforce American leadership in the global financial system and at the technological frontier. The U.S. must maintain technological leadership in this rapidly growing space, supporting innovation while mitigating the risk for consumers, businesses, the broader financial system, and the climate. And it must play a leading role in international engagement and global governance of digital assets consistent with democratic values and U.S. global competitiveness. So let's stop there.
So what did you say? It must play a leading role?
It must play a leading role in international engagement and global governance of digital assets. So essentially what they're saying is the U.S. wants to be the leader at the forefront of this new space, this new innovation that is cryptocurrency, that is blockchain. And, as they should be, America is the global leader.
The world reserve currency.
World reserve currency. They're starting to understand. You can't get rid of it. You can't censor it. Yeah, you can't control it. But guess what? You can be the leader in this space. And by being the leader in the space, you are continuing to add to your dominance in the world when it comes to monetary and global.
Yeah, they recognize the technology, the power it has, at least the investment that people are willing to put into it, and they don't want to lose. They want to be in the driver's seat. They don't want to lose the position they have, as you mentioned. So
It should be.
yeah.
All right, let's go on. Henry, let's pull up the laptop again. The order lays out a national policy for digital assets across 6 key priorities: consumer and investor protection, financial stability, illicit finance, U.S. leadership in the global financial system and economic competitiveness, financial inclusion, and responsible innovation. And we'll kind of go segment by segment and break these down, and we will do breaks where we give our takes on it. So it's going to be reading for 10 minutes. First segment: protect U.S. consumers, investors, and businesses. The order also encourages regulators to ensure sufficient oversight and safeguard against any systemic financial risks posed by digital assets. Robin, what do you think some of these systemic risks that they're talking about?
It's the same crap that
The
they're
volatility crap, scams, right?
Yeah, basically not having any regulation, not holding anybody. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, they don't hold anybody accountable. There's nothing stopping me from issuing out a stable coin and then, or not a stable coin. There's nothing stopping me from issuing out a meme token or, something, rug pulling it, or just launching a crap product.
How do you think they can kind of harness that?
I don't think you can if you're gonna let the private sector basically grow platonically. You're not gonna.
Which we agree that's how it should be, correct?
But there should be a framework.
Correct.
So maybe a way, maybe hold people accountable. Maybe make the founders transparent would be one where if you're going to launch a token, you need to, and you want it to trade on U.S. exchanges, you need to, issue some kind of KYC and
that has to come from the platforms, the Ethereum chain, the Binance chain. So the problem is people are able to launch these projects and tokens anonymously. So there's no, when shit hits the fan and they rug pull, there's no recourse. You can't find them. You don't know who they are. There's a wallet address that's public, but it's not a.
So, sometimes the government can find them, but
right.
Not always. But if you're overseas,
you're not going to go after every single scam, right?
Yeah, but I think if you did like a blanket kind of like startup blueprint would be a good way to go. How to properly issue an ICO without it being labeled as a security, or how to issue an ICO and have it be a security and have it issued in that way.
Right.
I mean, as much as we say, oh, it's a securities violation. Well, you know what? If you could issue your Ethereum tokens out in the same manner that they do a security or a stock, maybe that's the way we move forward. I don't want to see it personally, but I'm just saying that maybe some kind of framework would be their intention here, as far as.
And again, this is this executive order. It's not putting anything in stone. It's just giving guidelines. Okay, so let's go back to this.
But this is exactly what I thought was going to be in. So the first 2 or 3 paragraphs of this was what was expected,
right?
Except for the intro or the title was hey, we need to be in the forefront of innovation here. But this whole money laundering and illicit activity and protecting the investors, that's what we expected. But then they doubled down and was like, hey. But we trying to make some money on this thing.
And they can,
Yeah.
If you're paying taxes, that means you're making money. So it's not all bad. It goes on. Next segment talks about is protecting U.S. and global financial stability and mitigating systemic risk. And they want to develop appropriate policy recommendations to address any regulatory gaps. Next segment, mitigate the illicit finance and national security risks posed by the illicit use of digital assets by directing an unprecedented focus of coordinated action across all relevant U.S. government agencies. So, Robin mentioned yesterday, with crypto being regulated, it's not just one area. It's not just the CFTC. It's not just the SEC. It's not just the Treasury Department. So, President Biden, in this executive order, is pretty much saying, I want all of these sectors of government to work together to stop the illicit use of digital currency, right? Which is the big FUD surrounding crypto is bad actors and people using it to launder money, blah, 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 blah. So that's essentially what that is saying. Next, promote U.S. leadership in technology and economic competitiveness to reinforce U.S. leadership in global financial system by directing the Department of Commerce to work across the U.S. government in establishing a framework to drive U.S. competitiveness and leadership in leveraging and leveraging of digital asset technologies. This framework will serve as a foundation for agencies and integrate this as a priority into their policy, research and development, and operational approaches to digital assets. So let's stop there. Department of Commerce. So you have the Treasury, Department of Commerce, SEC, CFTC. What else do we have? The Fed.
SEC.
I said SEC. The Fed. You have 5 or 6 regulatory bodies in the U.S. government.
But it sounds like from the tone of this, especially when they lead off, what was the very first sentence? Go roll up to the top. So they
Treasury.
They say the Treasury. So I think it's scroll down.
Treasury is the main one.
Yeah, well, it's after the initial intro, like right when they start talking about the nuts and bolts of it. They're going to yeah.
Yeah, it was Treasury. It was
Yeah,
U.S.
so
Treasury.
yeah, there it is. Oh, we didn't highlight it. So that first under the
Directing the
protect
Department
U.S.
of Treasury.
consumers by directing the Department of Treasury and other agencies. So they mentioned Treasury several times. So it sounds like instead of putting the SEC in the driver's seat, that they're going to put the Treasury in the driver's seat, which kind of makes sense because the Treasury is the one that's essentially in charge of currency and money. I mean, you know, if you knew nothing about crypto and you knew nothing really about, you know, you had a vague understanding of the government and you were like, hey, we came up with a new currency and it lives on the internet. Who should regulate this?
Treasury.
Yeah, that would be your first response. And so what makes the most sense generally is what comes to fruition. But so I didn't mean to knock you off from where. So scroll back up to where you just read there. So directing the Department of Commerce, framework, leadership. Yeah.
To drive U.S. competitiveness and leadership.
So
So
it sounds like the Department of Commerce is going to be in charge of innovation.
essentially,
Yeah. So they're going to be the ones that are going to be working with Ethereum, Cardano, Avalanche, Terra, Circle,
finance.
Binance. That I could see a lot of partnerships there where you have government heads of
What if? Okay, so let me backtrack. So we talked about scam coins and how we're going to solve that issue, right? What if you have an option? If you want to launch a token or a project, you have an option of being fully doxxed by a government agency, let's say. And through that, if you get doxxed, then you will be labeled as a verified or some sort
I
of.
mean, it's kind of the same as penny stocks. I mean, you could have a crappy company launch a penny stock and you followed all the regulations. It doesn't mean that if you follow regulations, you're a clean and a legit company.
But it might
It could be
allow
a crap ass
It
company.
might allow you to mitigate some risk. If you know they've fully doxed themselves to the U.S. government.
But here's the thing: you don't necessarily fully doc. You know what I mean? You just fill out the application, you check the
But
boxes.
at least they got your social security number. They
Yeah,
got
yeah,
your,
exactly.
all that stuff. So
And
you
now
can't just
what
go
we
hide in
get-
a hole.
But here's
somewhere.
the thing: the Wall Street. But here's the difference: Wall Street is for American publicly traded companies, or for a company in America,
Right.
or at least with a corporate office in America. And I mean, like
Don't
you
forget
have
that's-
like Toyota, in which obviously isn't an American company, but they're traded on Wall Street. Because they have like a corporate headquarters here, and they want to have exposure to our economy. So it doesn't necessarily mean you have to be a U.S. company, but it is essentially for American companies. And so most blockchains, I actually don't know I don't know the numbers, but
Would you
but I know just from my personal research into cryptocurrencies that a large proportion of them are overseas. So why would you need to cater your blockchain development, especially when because most of these chains start out as very small projects with a very small team. We're talking 5 to 30 people can develop your typical blockchain. And so would 5 to 30 people go through the headache and the loopholes of filing for a security or for it to be a publicly traded company?
Let
Basically,
me ask you this question, Robin.
what's up?
Since I'm guilty of this because I sometimes forget that crypto is global, right? We get in this hole of we're in the U.S. I live in the U.S., so the U.S. regulation is all that matters. That's not true. Would you like to see, sort of like in the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, some sort of international governing body that can help in the overall, I don't want to say regulation,
Just put in guidelines.
put an outline.
Good. Put in guidelines, recommendations, and put in benefits or things that come out in your favor for
you follow
following
those guidelines.
Yeah. And so make it easier to interact with certain systems and things like that nature if you follow the guidelines. But here's the thing. A lot of these the IMF is not ideal, man. They have a lot. They tie a lot of people down. It's just same as like the SEC.
They came out and shit on El Salvador for accepting Bitcoin as legal tender. So
And they have a spotty record anyways. So, do you want them having control essentially even through recommendations? I don't know if I really do. I'm just saying that, like, if there's regulation, maybe this is how it comes about. Honestly, every sector of finance or assets or commodities in the world is regulated. So there's going to be no exception. You can't just go buy and sell. You can't go sell your house on Craigslist, right?
you can't?
You can't. You got to go get a real estate. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah, I know.
you can't. You can't just like, hey, I'm gonna just write my own insurance policy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna go do some I'm gonna do surgery on people. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, every part of our infrastructure as a country and as a global environment is that there's regulations, there's rules set in place, and whether you want to accept it or not, it's kind of like the wild, wild west here in cryptocurrency. Everybody does whatever the fuck they want, and they're like, "What do you mean you got to tax me?" Some BS. Like, and be like,
I want to take this $1 million profit and
I want to move my $10 million out of my bank account and send it overseas and pay for a yacht. Like, I want to do it without anybody knowing it. Like,
yeah, that's
at the end of the day, it's like it's coming whether you want it to or not. So,
all right, let's get back. So this next segment is extremely important. Let's go ahead and pull up the laptop.
we're at 16 viewers, bro. We're only 5 away from opening up the club.
That went fast. We went from 8 to 16 fast. Okay. So if you're new to the channel, hello. Welcome to Sin City Crypto. Make sure you subscribe and like the video. We are going over the official statement from the White House of President Joe Biden's executive order on cryptocurrency. Next segment, promote equitable access to safe and affordable financial services. Such safe access is especially important for communities that have had long insufficient access to financial services.
It's about time you recognize
Seriously. This is what Cardano is doing in Africa, and now the U.S. is bringing it, and they want it to be a focal point of this regulatory framework for cryptocurrency.
It was only maybe 5-10 years ago. Average investor couldn't invest in Wall Street.
Yeah.
You couldn't go invest in Wall Street.
And then came Robinhood, right? As much as we shit on Robinhood, it got the people that typically wouldn't be able to or didn't know how to invest in the stock market.
Well, it opened up with
exposure to it.
It opened up with like Merrill Lynch and TD Ameritrade offering their services online. But that was basically an expansion of calling a financial advisor and a brokerage firm and being on the phone like, hey, can you buy me some Apple stock? That's where we were.
90s.
That's not even the 90s. That was the 2000s, man. Like, you didn't get website access to like 2008, maybe 2010. And even then, as I mentioned, it was just an expansion from the phone service. You still had to pay for every trade and pay monthly fees. And basically, if you were working the median income and you wanted to invest in Wall Street, your pretty much only option was 401k, right? And so if you wanted to go out and buy some stocks, you had to go sign up with a brokerage firm, pay the fees, pay the monthly fees, and then you had to like talk to somebody on the phone. Anyways, for the history of our damn country, Wall Street and investing in the financial infrastructure was only for the privileged.
Yeah.
And thank God, about damn time, man. The U.S. government's all like, pull that thing up, pull it up again. What a strong statement, man.
Bam.
Such safe access is especially important for communities that have long had insufficient access to financial services. About damn time. 1% of America controls 99% of the wealth. 99% of America shit on.
Shat it on.
Doo-doo.
Dookie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right, that's all I got. I was going to say something funny, but I forgot. Next segment, support technological advances and ensure responsible development and use of digital assets by directing the U.S. government to take concrete steps to study and support technological advances in the responsible development, design, and implementation of digital asset systems, while prioritizing security, privacy, combating illicit exploitation, and reducing negative climate impacts. And then the final one, we'll kind of wrap up this article. I know we spent a lot of time on this, but this is absolutely huge. I know we have a lot of viewers that are not in the U.S., and you might think this is irrelevant to you, but I promise you it is far from that. If the U.S. comes out, first of all, the U.S. has the highest hash rate in Bitcoin. It holds the most wealth out of any country in the world.
And we also have the best hash browns as well. Just throwing it out.
And the U.S. has Robin
hash
and
browns.
David, and they have Cincinnati.
Okay, do you eat hash browns with ketchup or just
Ketchup.
straight? Yeah?
Ketchup, yeah.
I feel like you got to have
Do you like
ketchup.
McDonald's hash browns or the Burger King little mini
That's
circle
not
one?
hash browns. That's like all their French fry crumbs that couldn't make it into a whole French fry.
For the common
They
folk
ground
like
it
me, who get their hash browns from McDonald's or Burger King, which one do you prefer?
That's not real hash browns, bro.
We're gonna have a hash brown argument here.
Let's be like, all right, who's got superior coffee here, McDonald's or
You know
Burger
what?
King? Like they're both shit,
fact
bro.
check yourself. Just kidding. All right. Let's get back to this. All right. Last segment. Explore a U.S. CBDC by placing urgency on research and development on potential U.S. CBDC. The order directs the U.S. government to assess the technological infrastructure and capacity needs for a potential CBDC. U.S. participation in multi-country experimentation and ensures U.S. leadership internationally to promote CBDC development that is consistent with U.S. priorities, aka keeping the dollar the world reserve currency, and democratic values. Robin, that's it for this article. So you want to hit on anything?
I like that. So just to harp on the bullish, scroll down. The U.S. participation in multi-country experimentation and ensure the U.S. leadership internationally to promote CBDC. They're very bullish, man. I'm telling you. Just listen to U.S. participation in multi-country. So they're trying to roll this thing out, experiment with other countries, ensure the U.S. leadership. Bro, I mean, what else you need? I know they're referencing CBDC, so it's not that sexy, but it just shows you the shift in thinking from, world reserve currency, dollar bill here. We don't need any of this other crap. Gold, dollar bill. That's all you need, baby. That's it. That's all I've heard for the last 4 years, bro.
Old money talking. It's annoying. And I want to wrap this up by reading this very last segment. The administration will continue work across agencies and with Congress to establish policies that guard against risks and guide responsible innovation, with our allies and partners to develop aligned international capabilities that respond to national security risks, and with the private sector to study and support technological advances in digital assets. End scene. We spent a lot of time on one article, but what I was saying earlier until Robin started coming out with hash browns is you might not live in the U.S. and you might think this is irrelevant to you, but that's far from the truth. If the U.S. takes a pro-crypto stance, literally almost every other country will follow suit. And the next thing you know, we're going to look back 10 years from now. We're going to look back at this moment, and we're going to say the day U.S. went pro-crypto is the day people became financially free. People took hold of their own finances.
You sounded like Will Smith in Independence Day. He's like, today, today we get back our independence.
Break the shackles off the government. So this is extremely exciting. I mean, I love to see this. I am so happy. I thought the executive order was going to just shit on everything.
I didn't think it was gonna like poop on everything.
I
just
did,
thought it was
man.
gonna.
I just don't trust them, bro.
Yeah,
but I'm extremely happy. Are you happy with what we just read? I'm happy.
Oh, it's super bullish,
ecstatic.
bro. It's super
I'm
bullish.
feeling juicy.
A quick synopsis, okay?
Synopsis for us.
Synopsis. Let me tell you. Synopsis.
That's
synopsization.
That's what George Bush used to do. Just put an eyes at the end of it.
So a quick synopsis here. U.S. You got Biden saying, "Hey, this is emerging technology. Look how fast it's grown. Just in 5 years, it goes from whatever billion to 3 trillion. 16% of the population invested in crypto. We're going to put the Department of Treasury in the driver's seat here because it's a currency. They regulate currencies. And then we're also going to partner up with all the other agencies, the other 6 or 7 financial regulation industries. They're gonna do their part. We don't want to get left behind. We want to innovate. We want to work with cryptocurrencies to push this thing forward. And they want to experiment with the CBDC. They want to experiment internationally. They want to help people that haven't had opportunities to invest in themselves through financial means. So they want to make it easier for people to invest. And I mean, that's pretty much it, bro. I mean, you got the illicit thing and the money laundering and the climate. They had to throw climate in there. Yeah. But you know what? You know what's surprising me?
What?
Is all they said was "and climate" 2 times.
Right.
So they didn't go into detail about this whole like we need to shut it down. You know, you're burning down all the trees. Like, you know, the U.S. is #1 polluter.
I thought China was.
No, they're the #1 for dirtiest power.
Oh.
So but we use and burn the most fossil fuels as a country, in general. So like, because we have a big power grid, everybody has
More than China though?
No, China has the dirtiest energy, and they don't have very green policies. But you got to think, everybody in America, the general population, all of them have a house. They all have an AC. They all have dryers. All of these consume massive amounts of electricity. So on a per capita basis, you're extremely pollutant. So,
yeah. All right, let's move on to our next article.
What we got?
U.S. Treasury Secretary, and again, we're not going to spend that much time on every one of these articles, guys. Just the first one was extremely important. The U.S. Treasury Secretary, Janet Yellen, just kidding, Janet Yellen, is yelling applause to Biden's crypto executive order.
The funny thing was that they had, yeah, this lady. Okay.
Who looks better, her or Elizabeth Warren?
No, man. Remember we had that hot take. Who would you take to the prom?
Yeah, and you took Elizabeth Warren. You were like, yeah, baby.
That's your date right there, bro.
Sit on Big Rob.
Look at that.
Sit on Big Rob's lappy.
Yeah. Would you pick her up or would you meet her there at the prom?
I would make her take the bus.
So, anyway, the funny thing was,
I would call her an Uber and then I would cancel it 2 minutes.
So all of the different departments that the executive orders like leaning on, basically. So the Treasury Department, the feds, the
Commerce, CFTC.
Anyways, all of the departments, they're basically they got the heads up. Hey, we're gonna lean on you for regulation, and we're gonna sign this executive order. So have a statement drawn up so that way when we do release the executive order or sign it, you can say, hey, this is what we're going to do to, to support your executive order. And guess who decided to drop their statement early before they even issued executive order? So executive order. So executive order wasn't even drawn up yet, or at least made public. And then here's Janet Yellen like, oh yes,
Janet
we
Yellen.
support the executive order. We are behind it.
Is that how she sounds? I don't think that's how she sounds. Anyways, United States Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen, in a statement, commended President Biden's executive order relating to the crypto market. In a statement now archived, she said that the agency would work with other agencies to facilitate responsible innovation and prevent risks. Her remarks applauded the move towards creating a policy on the cryptocurrency market, emphasizing the need for responsible innovation and consumer protection. She says that the responsible innovation that will foster will result in benefits for the country, consumers, and businesses. I will agree with that. I will agree with her there. Many U.S. officials have expressed concerns that the crypto market could bring some instability to financial markets. Go F yourself. Treasury itself will work with other agencies to create a report. She used to be anti-crypto, but now she has changed.
So here's the thing. Here's the funniest part.
What were you guys laughing about over there, by the way? I feel left out.
Don't worry about it.
I feel left out.
Okay. I you know what? I'm not afraid to admit when I was wrong. Okay, David? Unlike yourself. Bro, you literally took 30 minutes of the show arguing about
You took 30 minutes to try to... Okay, anyways, we're past that. Okay, continue, please.
With the article?
Triple T, what's up, my dude?
So,
Maddie, what's your favorite hockey team?
So I got fact checked. Apparently, China is more pollutant.
They are?
Than America. But America's close second. America is close second.
Hey, HP, can you create a scoreboard for when we fact check each other who's right? It's tied right now. Anyways, what were you saying?
So here, give me the floor. Give me the floor. Let me get the full screen cam. Let me talk to my peoples here.
You talking to everyone or just DFib?
Talking to everybody and DFib.
Okay.
So, okay. Janet Yellen, she comes out, the head of the Treasury Department, and she has a statement, very neutral. She doesn't bash crypto. She doesn't bash Bitcoin. She's just like, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, and we're gonna support it, and we're going to also illicit actors, bad actors. We're gonna keep them under control. Yeah, but she stayed awfully quiet, and she's been nothing but bashing crypto for the longest time. Now her boss,
she's been yelling at crypto.
And her boss is now like, yo, we supporting this thing. We going full steam ahead. We're in the driver's seat. We're gonna adopt this thing. We're gonna be the leader in crypto. And then the person that Biden puts in charge is the person that hates it. It reminds me of, just imagine you're at work and there's a client you hate. There's somebody you hate. They come into your office every day, and you're just like, like this person is so stupid. Just like every time David walks into the office. Now, you see this person every time, and you're just so mad, and all you do is you talk crap about them all day long. And then your boss comes up and be like, hey, I want you to take blah, blah, blah client out. Show them a good time. Take them out on the town. I want you to wine and dine them. I want you to support them. Show them what we're about over here, baby. And then she's just like, okay. That's what happened. Biden was like, you grab this cryptocurrency, you give it a hug, you adopt this thing. This is your friend.
Big kiss.
And she's just like,
hey, man.
So sweet.
They're going to have to fall. We are 3 away from the club.
We might actually open up the club today.
So apparently Russell logged in with 7 accounts. So I don't know how I feel about that. How do you feel about that?
Did Russell log in with 7 accounts? Is that what he said?
I think that's what the chat was saying.
Hey, you know what?
A lot of people are like, that's not the way to go. We want, I don't know. I kind of agree. Russell, you trying to take our money, bro? Give me the camera. Russell, after all I've done for you. Is this what you do to me, bro? Hurts my heart. My heart is broken. Just kidding. Love you guys. No, I mean, obviously, we want to grow organically. We haven't spent any money on advertising. So if you can just organically invite your friends and family, anyone who's like even remotely interested or wants to learn about crypto, invite them to the channel. We have a great time here. So bring them on to the crypto fam. Yeah.
I'm in the other camp, man. You know what? You hook up all those other iPads you got laying around in them drawers.
But what's the point? That's not going to help us grow.
Yeah, but at least YouTube will see the numbers there. YouTube be like, what's going on over here? This show is so popular, it's got 7 iPads from the same IP address. God damn!
I'm sure that's what they do. All right, let's move on to our next article. Robin's favorite, who he took to prom, Senator Elizabeth Warren seizes on fears over crypto and sanctions with new bill. This is nothing new because this is literally what our lawmakers do. Blood in the streets. They don't clean up the blood, they add to it. If passed, Elizabeth Warren's new draft crypto bill will require local exchanges to submit, quote, detailed reports to the Treasury Department of customers' identities and transfers to private crypto wallets. So if you buy crypto on Coinbase and you decide to send it to your hardware wallet, if this bill passes, now you will have to KYC yourself as well on that. So you can't hide money anymore. You won't be able to. So, and then it goes on to say her latest anti-crypto move comes alongside a push from the U.S. government to stamp out the possibility of Russia using crypto to skirt a host of economic sanctions. The bill will require local crypto exchanges submit detailed records. Went over that already. It aims to force companies to choose between doing business in the U.S. or with sanctioned people and entities by threatening secondary sanctions on the foreign crypto exchanges. And if you don't remember, let me remind you, in 2021, Miss Elizabeth Warren said, DeFi is the most dangerous part of crypto. And here she is. Why do we have so many 90-year-olds in our freaking Congress?
Why are you calling that woman 90? She ain't.
Why do we have so many 88-year-olds in our freaking Congress? Seriously, man, can we get some fresh blood in there? Can we get some, like, I'm not saying bring 20-year-olds, but like 30s, 40s, even 50s. We got a bunch of 70, 80-year-olds.
You gotta be 35.
Writing policy for a freaking emerging sector in our economy. Horseshit.
Burgeoning emergency. Give me some emergency because I got a coughing.
Merging. So, Robin, before we move on, anything you want to add to this?
You know what? U.S. isn't playing around with sanctions, and I don't really blame them. A little harsh though. Little crazy. People losing their mind, bro. I'm like, nah, sanctions, nope, no, shut it down. Yeah, it's important, I get it, but I don't know, stupid.
All right.
I don't really respect that woman, so.
Me neither. Let's move on to some non-U.S. regulatory news. Ethereum fees fall to 6-month low as NFT mania fades. Why are Ethereum gas fees falling? The answer, NFTs. So it gives some metrics on NFTs. Volumes on OpenSea, which is the leading secondary marketplace for Ethereum-based and now Solana-supported NFTs as well.
How much does it cost for a Uniswap transaction right now?
Let's find out.
Okay, cool. Here, I'll take the floor here.
There you go.
So, while you're doing your research,
You want me to finish reading the article?
yeah,
Volumes on
I don't know what
volume. I was like, what is he going to talk about? Volumes on OpenSea dropped from 247 million to 124, literally cut in half from February 1st to the 6th. So in 5 days, volume on OpenSea dropped by half. At the same period, the median gas price fell by half as well. So it's literally directly correlated. So the article just goes on to say NFT craze is dying down, so are Ethereum fees. So basis of this article. Is that the only thing that's causing this? No, but it's the biggest one. So we had the hot take on this, a month or yesterday, 2 days ago?
Man, I can't wait. I can't wait till the day where you have a 50-cent transaction fee on Ethereum, bro.
Yeah, and apparently when that happens, people will leave Ethereum, right?
I'm just saying.
We got what we wanted.
You pay to play, baby. You pay to play. We're not gonna get in this argument today. I ain't got energy for it.
Yeah, me neither.
I didn't have no coffee today, man. Been
Yeah.
so damn busy setting up all kinds of crap that I haven't had my coffee. That's why I'm irritated. I'm irritable today.
I'm just checking on my MetaMask wallet here.
You checking how much a transaction costs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're asking about just a swap, right?
Yeah, how much does a Uniswap like transaction? Like going from
Ethereum
to SHIB or something.
So Ethereum to, let's say, BAT.
What we got?
You have a fee of $20.
$20.
What?
Damn.
That's hot.
I haven't made under $50.
That's amazing.
I haven't made a transaction under $50 since 2020.
Bro, me neither.
Right?
That's
It's
juicy.
about 2020 was the last time you made one under $50. I think I might have caught one at like 45 one day or something, but
When I used to see like 70, $80, I used to like,
dude, I've made a lot of transactions at over $100, man.
these miners are not too happy, I'm assuming. So. All right, we have a couple more articles to go over. Actually, we're going to go over, one's not really an article. Okay, here we go. U.S. lawmakers.
Hey, it's Putin.
Vladimir Putin, yes. U.S. lawmaker introduced bill to sanction Russia gold. So I'm also very talented in voiceovers, guys. So you're welcome. Stereotype's dying over there. U.S. Senators John Cornyn from Texas, Maggie Hassan from New Hampshire, Bill Haggerty from Tennessee, and Angus King from Maine. You have two Democrats, two Republicans, one Democrat, and an independent. So bipartisan, as Donnie would say. But it's really bipartisan. They announced Tuesday the introduction of the, quote, Stop Russian Government and Oligarchs from Limiting Democracy, which is also hyphenated to Stop Russian Gold Act. You know, our senators and Congress people love coming up with long-ass names and then like a cool acronym, GOLD. Government, Oligarchs, Limiting Democracy. That's what it stands for. And they want to introduce sanctions on Russia's gold reserves. This is a quote. Russia's gold supply is one of the few remaining assets that Putin can use to prop up his country's economy. By sanctioning these reserves, we can further isolate Russia from the world's economy and increase the difficulty of Putin's increasingly costly military campaign. I know this is not really crypto, but it is gold. And gold, Bitcoin is known as digital gold. So just
Did you
I
see
don't have much
that?
to add to this, honestly.
Did you see that? So, out of
Havens
the
or Russians?
growing list of American companies exiting Russia, you had
McDonald's?
Shell, Exxon were the big ones. You know, they were
Starbucks.
McDonald's, Starbucks,
McDonald's, and they took their hash
Coca-Cola.
browns away, man.
Coca-Cola. Get out of here, man. Those aren't hash browns. Those are just ground up French fries.
Fact check him. Fact check him.
So yeah, you had Starbucks, McDonald's. So yeah, Pepsi and Coca-Cola are gone
Dude.
too, man. Yeah.
Like,
Hey,
it's
I'm just saying that
getting
people in
real.
Europe and Russia love Coca-Cola, bro. Every time you get, because you know here in Sin City,
Did you
Las
know there
Vegas,
was?
we get a lot of tourism, and
know there was
they always
ac-
want Coke.
You know, there's actual cocaine in Coca-Cola.
Now is that what you're saying?
No, there was. Used to be.
Yeah, when it's original formula, yeah.
Those are the days, my friends. Just
Hey,
kidding. Don't
man,
cancel us.
hey,
YouTube.
you know what?
YouTube, don't
want to
cancel
talk
us.
about you want to talk about launching an ICO and then and then later on being legit. That's what Coca-Cola did. Like, all right, look, this is how we're gonna launch our product. We're gonna throw a little pixie
God, this
dust.
tastes so delicious.
Put a little pixie dust in there. And be like, I can't stop drinking him.
All right. So not much to add to this article.
And after they hooked them, they removed it.
Hook 'em. Reel 'em in. All right. Next one. Congress could see stablecoin bill by the end of March. A bill regulating stablecoins within the U.S. could be introduced as early as this month. U.S. Representative Josh Gottheimer produced an early draft of the bill in February. The draft proposed a qualified definition that would apply to stablecoins issued by banks and other institutions. So what they're essentially trying to do is create two separate categories. Qualified stablecoin, who is backed by FDIC and the government, and non-qualified. Just like you have student loans. You have subsidized student loans and non-subsidized student loans. You have verified collections on OpenSea. You have non-verified collections on OpenSea. So same thing, just trying to give another layer of security to the consumer so they can pick which one they want to go with. That's all I got on this article. Robin, you want to add anything before I move on?
HP said you're a Russian spy.
I know. Yes, I am. That's all I got to say.
That's all I got.
That's all I can say.
Yeah, I'm tired of talking about government, man.
Me too. So
Yeah, so I don't even want to add to it.
to end the talking points, we're going to talk about
more government.
No.
Oh.
Peter Schiff.
Skiff.
Peter Schiff. All right. So I got.
Doesn't he sound like a brand of peanut
He
butter?
sounds like a straight douche.
Doesn't he sound like a brand of peanut butter?
He just sounds like
You
a
got-
douche.
you got-
and you'll
you
know
got-
why. You'll know why.
You got Jif peanut butter, and you got the Peter Pan peanut butter.
And you have
If you-
Schiff peanut butter.
And if you put it together, Peter Schiff. do you think Peter Schiff is creamy or chunky? Which one is-
What does this show come to?
So I just saying, my man right here. He's a brand of peanut butter, bro.
Oh God. Okay, so I have 2 tweets from Peter Schiff over here. Okay, the first one was yesterday. Gold is up over $50 an ounce this morning, above $2,050 for the first time ever.
Is gold his jelly?
Meanwhile, CNBC hasn't even mentioned the record high. Instead, the network is covering the irrelevant rise in Bitcoin, which is still trading well below 39,000 and on the verge of a major crash. This was yesterday. And then today, Mr. Schiff. The relief rally in Bitcoin based on Biden's executive order on crypto not being as onerous as it could have been won't last. More regulation is coming that will only raise the cost and lessen. Couldn't even spell lesson. It's Lessen. You're not in school, moron. The appeal of Bitcoin. This is a great selling opportunity. This man, there's a quote from the movie Tropic Thunder. You never go full blank. And I'm not going to say the word because I ain't trying to get canceled. But this man went full. He went to the brink and he stayed there. First, he says a crash is coming. And then when Bitcoin rallies 10% in a day, he says, oh, it's a perfect time to sell. Who have you sold your soul to, Skiff? Who? You're a gold. Do you understand that you can love gold, you can love stocks, and you can also love cryptocurrency? Did you know that? Well, now you know. Because everything you're saying is completely asinine. You look like an out-of-touch boomer, which you probably are. I hate people like this, man. Robin, what do you guys think?
Yeah, man.
Russell, what's my health at, bro? Because I'm not feeling too good right now, man. I'm feeling drained.
I don't know. I mean, he's a big gold guy. Well, when I say gold guy, his company's built on gold. So, I mean, here's the thing. Our company's built on crypto, so
Usually when people shit on something else, they're intimidated by it.
yeah.
Right or wrong?
But his company's built on gold, so
That's what I'm saying.
he's gonna rep gold till he dies. Just like if you,
But you can rep gold and still not shit on crypto, right?
Yeah, true.
So he's a big douche. All right, that'll do it for our talking points. We have one more segment to get to. The market analysis. Go ahead and roll the graphic. So before I get into crypto stackers, I want to go back to my head hurts. I want to go back to the coin market cap. I want to look at the top gainers, top losers. So we have Thorchain, which is Rune. A lot of
Quick.
people picked Rune.
Crypto works. Hola! Welcome to Sin City Crypto.
What's up, Crypto Works? Welcome to the Crypto Fam. We're excited to have you. Make sure you subscribe, ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on our live shows and our deep dives. What nickname could we give Crypto Works?
I don't know.
We like to give nicknames to our Crypto Fam on the show. So if you got a
Yeah,
cool
we'll think of
nickname
one.
you want us to call you by, because nothing comes off the top of my head, let us know. If not, we'll think of one. All right. I can't think of one. Okay, so biggest gainers, we have Thorchain, Waves, and Terra Luna. Both, Waves and Thorchain are up over 20%. Terra Luna is up 16.6 at $100.36. Then you have Arweave, Near Protocol, and Anchor. And then the biggest losers, you have Huobi token, Pax Dollar, pretty much all stable coins. Literally all stable coins. Oh, and then we have Tron. This is doing literally nothing, up a little over 1/4%. So, now, with that out of the way, let's check out Crypto Stackers, my new favorite software to use. And big thanks to HP for facilitating that interview and getting Forrest on the show and kind of making that connection for us. And hence, out of that, we have Crypto Stackers Pro, which I probably wouldn't have found if it wasn't for HP. So HP, thank you, my dude. Appreciate you. All right. So let's look at, so this is the Bitcoin chart. So we're making higher lows, which is great, but we're not really making higher highs. So we're kind of in this consolidation phase. Big green candle. Let's put on our easy bands.
Uptrending symmetrical triangle, if I've ever seen one.
Yeah. Uptrending symmetrical decentralized triangle. All right. So we're pretty far away from our band. So what I like to do is bam. So if we take our local low that we just had 2 candles ago and we take the easy bands away, we can see. So we bounced off of this local low. Well, the local low. We hit this. We didn't really hit any of these 4x, 3x, 2x leverage margins here. But if we look at the past price action, we can see this 4x long is a pretty decent resistance. If I move this local low, if I move it here, get a little better picture, a little more data that gives us better entry and exit points. So I would say this 4x long here at 45,800 has been a pretty solid resistance since the beginning of February.
41,000?
45,799. So is this can we get there? I don't think so. I actually think we're going to go the opposite way. I mean, we're at 42. We crossed a little above 42.
I think we're going to push up to 45 this week.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing, guys. If you have entered Bitcoin or you're in Bitcoin and you're looking for a exit point, if we continue over 42 and we cross 43, you're going to want to look at this $45,900 range as a profit-taking point, right? You ladder out, you take some profit. That's if you want to take profit. If you're a hodler, none of this matters. None of this matters, okay? So let's take a look at, what's another coin we should look at, Robin? Should we look at Ethereum or should we look at Binance? Let's look at Terra Luna.
Okay.
Yeah, let's look at Terra Luna. So Terra Luna.
Still on Bitcoin.
I know, it takes a minute to load.
That new laptop coming though.
Dude, I'm stoked. I've spent so much money on technology. It's not even funny. All right. So if I do this, and we'll start with the easy band. I like to start with the easy band just to see, because it's the easiest and fastest
guys,
way.
In the chat, let us know, where do you think Bitcoin's going to be at the end of the week? I want to know what you guys are thinking here.
Yeah, let us know. I'm curious. So we are above. So we're getting to the oversold territory, which is kind of above this dashed red line on the easy bands. And if we kind of look here and we take our, let's say we take our local high here. So a good, I would say, to re-enter, I don't know if we're going to see the $72 range, the 3x short leverage here. I don't know if we're going to see that price point at anytime soon. What do you think, Robin? You think we can pull back to $72 for a good entry point?
Yeah,
Chef
I just
Murder,
don't.
60K. You're crazy, bro.
I don't think it's gonna happen in the next few weeks. I don't forecast a crash in Terra. I think it's gonna bleed out. I think it had a gigantic run up. It was what, 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago? Maybe it was 3 weeks ago, sitting at $40. And now is it over 100 right now? Or is it?
It's at 100. It's at about 100 and literally $100, like some change.
Yeah, so definitely, I don't know. If myself not really using the chart analysis, I could see it pulling back to like $65, $68.
Are you buying at $68?
I don't own any Terra Luna, so I'd have to decide. I don't like to just buy small little pieces. I don't like to have a portfolio of 30 projects where I have small percent, super small percentage, super small percentage, super small percentage. Like, I don't know. I like to get my 5 or 6 ones that I'm like really into, and then a couple small projects that I have small percentage into. So
Fair enough.
I don't know. If I was to buy Terra, I'd probably scoop up a good amount of it, and I'd probably target the $60 range, somewhere in there.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. If we get to $76, I'm buying.
Yeah.
I'm buying and holding. Yeah. I mean, they're the number 2 DeFi when it comes to total value locked, and they're double what the next one is. So, entry point for what, Russell? For Bitcoin? Specify yourself. So, here we have the local low on here, and so you see this 4x leverage right here. This line, this first dash line. Looks like we're seeing some resistance here. So, if you're looking to scalp some profit and you're holding Terra Luna and you got it in a good entry, a good price point to enter, now, and this is not financial advice, now the statistics show that the chart shows now might be a good time to take a little bit of profit. I never recommend taking all profit at once. I recommend laddering out and laddering into your trades. And what that means is you simply say you take 10% profit at this range, because if it happens to keep going up to this next line, then you can take another 10%. And if it keeps going up, you can take another 10%. So you're scalping profits and you're still leaving position in there for you to be able to capitalize if it continues to go parabolic, but you're also mitigating your risk on the downside as well. For Bitcoin, entry point for Bitcoin. Okay.
I'm still on that $34,000 range. The thing
And
is, it's
even,
not gonna
even
hit.
Forrest-
It's not gonna go there in the next 2 weeks. I
Even
don't think.
Forrest mentioned 34 to 35 is his accumulation range. And for your now, Russell, are you looking for a short-term entry point or a long-term entry point? If you're looking for a long-term entry point, I would say a very minimum long-term entry point. If you're looking to get the absolute best price for your Bitcoin, I would say you're going to want to wait till this $33,000, $34,000 range at the minimum.
Or just dollar cost average.
Right. The ideal would be this solid line, which is 25,000, which I definitely can see us getting there. As far as
I can't see it, bro.
no, you can't see 25. Yeah, we have a
I
bet.
know a lot of TA experts are talking about 26 or falling under the $28,000 range, and maybe even heard 18 and 20,000. I just don't see it, man. Really don't. I think there's so much support at 30,000. I just feel like Michael Saylor on his own will bounce it back himself. I think he'll just liquidate his Bentleys and his private jets, and he'll just buy more. He'll be like, "What? $27,000 Bitcoin?"
So about Bitcoin, we're talking $27,000.
Moves at the speed of light. It's kinetic energy. It is money squared.
Oh man,
We should do a segment where I dress up as Michael Saylor, or you dress up as one of us.
if you want Robin to dress up as Michael Saylor, put a 1 in the chat.
And then I'll just go through since we've reached out to Michael Saylor, and he hasn't responded
Numerous times to the point where it's getting a little weird.
We're gonna probably see him in Bitcoin Miami.
Dude,
Yeah.
that's going to be awesome. If there's any questions you want us to ask Michael Saylor or President Bukele from El Salvador, let us know. If we get the opportunity, we will ask it.
Well, you know what question I'm asking President Bukele?
Where should I go to eat Cuban food? Is there any El Salvadorian food around here? So
Hey man, I'm telling you, bro. I want to know where to eat, and my man here, he's of Latin heritage. You know he's gonna be eating at all the fire spots. So I want to know where. It is.
also, if you guys like the Crypto Stacker software, there's a link. It's not an affiliate link, so we're not trying to make money. I'm just trying to share the resources I'm using to help me with my trades with you guys. So go check it out. I think it's like $9 a month. If you want to be a lifetime subscriber, it's $300. But you get Nano X tokens. You get Nano tokens, which is huge. You can go look it up on CoinMarketCap. I believe the ticker is XNO. Huge potential. So you get that free airdrop every month if you're a lifetime subscriber. Also, Forrest is a great guy, super smart guy. So that's all I got.
We got a lot of ones in the chat. I guess we need to start looking into the Michael Saylor get up. So
Okay. We have so much. All right. Well, we won't do a giveaway in Bitcoin. We'll spend that money on the Michael Saylor costume.
yeah,
I'm just kidding.
we were so close. We got up to 19 viewers today. If you're new in the chat,
So close.
Crypto Works. We
Yet
do
so far
we
away.
open up the club when we get to 21 viewers, and basically we have a Vegas party,
Yeah.
and we give away crypto. But,
All right, we're done. I'm
we didn't
done,
get there
man.
today,
I'm
so
done.
you done?
You got anything to add before we sign off?
No. Did you want to watch the video of Biden signing the executive order?
You got it? Oh, are you being serious for a second? So we're gonna talk about quick coins. Mr. President. Anyways, that'll do it for our show today, you guys. Thank you so much. Those of you that keep coming back, we love you guys. Thanks for coming back and joining us. Make sure you come back tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. Vegas time. Go ahead and roll the outro. On behalf of myself, Robin, Stereo 2, a.k.a. Rocco, a.k.a. The Man, the Italian Stallion. We appreciate you guys. We love you. We hope you have a great rest of your day. We'll see you mañana.